Why does the brain need oxygen so badly? Think about this for a second. If a person stops breathing, doctors don't panic because of the lungs first. They panic because of the brain. The human brain is incredibly powerful, but it has one serious weakness. It cannot survive long without oxygen. In fact, after just 4 to 5 minutes without oxygen-rich blood, brain cells begin to suffer permanent damage. That's faster than almost any other organ in your body. Why is the brain so fragile? The answer lies in how hard your brain works. Even when you're sleeping, your brain is busy, controlling breathing, regulating heartbeat, forming memories, repairing itself. Your brain cells are always active, and active cells need energy. That energy comes from oxygen. Oxygen allows brain cells to produce the fuel they need to send signals, process thoughts, and keep you alive. Without oxygen, that entire system begins to collapse. Why other body parts survive longer? Here's something surprising. Doctors can sometimes reattach fingers, hands, or even limbs hours after they've been cut off, as long as they're kept cold and preserved. But the brain, it doesn't get that luxury. Other tissues can slow down their activity and wait. Brain cells can't. Once brain cells die, they don't regenerate easily. And because brain cells are deeply connected to each other, the death of one group can trigger damage in nearby areas. The brain's survival instinct. When oxygen becomes limited, the body makes a shocking decision. It prioritizes the brain. Blood vessels narrow in the arms and legs so that more oxygen can be redirected to the brain and heart. Your body is essentially saying, save the control center at all costs. This is why, during emergencies like near drowning or suffocation, victims may lose feeling or movement in their limbs while the brain fights to stay alive. The cold water mystery. For a long time, doctors believed that brain damage after a few minutes without oxygen was unavoidable. Then something strange happened. People began surviving drowning incidents after being underwater for 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes even longer. What was different? Cold water. Cold temperatures slow the body down. When the body cools rapidly, the brain's metabolism drops. This means brain cells need less oxygen than usual. That's why modern surgeons sometimes intentionally cool the body during heart and brain surgeries. Lower temperatures help protect the brain by slowing its energy demands. In simple terms, a colder brain can survive longer without oxygen. Why fast rescue matters. Once a person is removed from water or an oxygen-deprived environment, the brain's emergency survival mode begins to shut down. That's why immediate resuscitation is critical. Every second counts. The faster oxygen flow is restored, the better the chances that brain cells will recover before permanent damage sets in. The big takeaway. Your brain uses a huge amount of oxygen, has almost no energy. Storage cannot easily repair itself. That's why oxygen is life to the brain, and it's why breathing, circulation, and fast emergency response are so crucial for survival. So the next time you take a deep breath without thinking, remember, your brain is counting on it every single second. Subscribe to our channel and tell us a question you are curious to know about in the comments.